So welcome everyone to balance class. If you would like, as most of you have already done, you can take off your shoes for this class, as it is nice to have more of that direct connection to the ground to stimulate those neuroreceptors on your feet, which has an effect on your balance. That's one of the major systems that we use to keep good balance. So you're always welcome to do this class in socks or even barefoot if you'd like. All right, and let's start with just our nice breathing. We're standing nice and tall. Place the hands over the lower abdomen and breathe low, sitting up or standing up tall, crown of the head elevated. We inhale, gently expanding the lower abdomen. Exhale and relax, let go of any tension. Just allowing the breath to get a little deeper, a little lower than it normally is. And then take a nice breath in and exhale. All right, and we'll warm up. Come on in. There's this up here. All right, so let's warm up. We're going to do ankle and wrist flexion and extension. So just lightly, and do this near a chair because it does involve a little bit of balance, because we're coming up on the tippy toes and the heels, while simultaneously flexing the wrists and extending the wrists. Okay, very good. And relax. Nice job. Let's warm up. Roll the shoulders back a little bit. A few times, just gently opening up the chest. All right, tuck in the elbows, bring the elbows up and rotate back. Relax forward and do it again. Muscles often are quite tight and cause us to hunch forward. So this will help us open up. Okay, and then bring the elbows and hands together. Then we're going to open this way. And relax. Roll those shoulders back. Shake out the arms. Get into a wide split stance. So bring one foot forward and place the hands on the hips. Shift the weight forward. Turn the hips toward that front leg. And then shift back. Turn the hips away. I have one. Okay. Forward and back. Nice big class today. A lot of in-person. This may be the biggest in-person class yet. Other than chair volleyball.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Switching legs. One leg forward, gently shifting forward and back. And remember, ideally your chair should be kind of in front. I know I'm not setting a very good example, but your chair should be close by. So, you know, with any of these, if you lose your balance, at least it's within sight to kind of help you regain balance. All this opening stuff isn't very balance heavy, but it's just a warm up mostly, but still a chance you could lose balance. Okay, relax. Very good. And then let's just take a nice breath in again and exhale. Do it once more. Remember to breathe nice and low. Nice low breathing helps lower our center and will give us better balance. All right. Moving on, let's bring our feet together and do our closed eye balance. So feet are together, nice narrow base of support, and you're going to close your eyes for 30 seconds. Go ahead and close. Closing your eyes. The chair should still be nearby. So if you lose your balance, you can catch yourself. All right, very good. Open your eyes. We'll bring get into a split stance of some type. So flip forward, as narrow as you feel comfortable, but that you can still maintain your balance in, especially with your eyes closed, because we'll be closing our eyes again in our split stance. So get ready and close your eyes. And gently open your eyes, switching legs. Make sure you're still close to your chair in case you lose balance. And go ahead and close your eyes again. And gently open your eyes. Very good. All right. Let's now jump into our strengthening exercises. So get into a wider stance, and we'll start with our squats. So this is kind of these exercises specifically do target muscles that we use for balance. So good squat. Gently, like you're sitting in a chair, and then coming back up. 1. Tighten the core and the glutes as you stand up. 2. 3. 4. 5. Make sure those legs are wide enough. 6, at least shoulder width apart. 7. 8. 9. 10. Very good. Get your stance a little more back to hip width, and we'll lift the heels and slowly lower down. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. All right, hip flexion. So standing near your chair, we're going to lift that knee as high as you can and set it back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Their leg, feel free to switch sides on your chair. I'm just going to stay where I am, but 1, stay nice and tall. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Next, out to the side. Be near your chair. Stay nice and tall. 1, 2, 3. Keeping those toes pointed forward, leading with the ankle. 4. Don't let that leg come forward. 5, 6, 7. Keeping the leg straight. 8, 9, 10. All right, other leg. Again, switch sides of the chair if you need to. Out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Going straight back. Bringing that leg straight back, leading with the heel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, shake it out. Very nice. All right, so we're gonna do some dynamic exercise around the chair, kind of walking in like a circle around the chair with a few different stepping exercises. Be mindful of your shoes. Make sure they are fully under your chair if you took them off, just so you don't trip on them. And we will do start with everyone's favorite, the tandem walk. So again, keep that chair close by, but we're walking around the chair in tandem. So it's kind of a modified tandem position, heel to toe, going around the chair. Stay close by. Of course, in the front of the chair where it's a little harder to reach, you know, you can do less tandem. You can do a little wider if you need to. Try to look straight ahead. Don't look at your feet. Make sure you're close to the chair, Tom. Close to the chair. All right, switching around. Let's go around the other way. So just reverse. If you're going clockwise, let's go counterclockwise. And if, you know, this wouldn't be a balance class if we weren't losing our balance with most of these exercises. So keep that in mind. And tandem walk is pretty universally a challenging thing to do. So just do what you can. Stay near your chair for balance. All right, and let's get back to our starting position. Very good. How'd we do? We okay? We're all still upright. That's good. All right. So next thing, we're going to do a side step. So just facing in where this should be, will feel significantly different, but side stepping around the chair. And really, actually, if you have long legs like me, you can pretty much do this in 4 steps. But side stepping, okay? And the goal is wide, nice long side steps. Some of us will make a square, some of us maybe a hexagon, you know, an octagon maybe. But going around the chair like this does 2 things. it's I mean, just sidestepping in and of itself is challenging, muscles that we use for balance, but also moving in this tight of a circle forces different muscles to work. And make sure you're close to your chair. All right, let's go the other way. Around your chair, sidestepping. Keep it close, as close as you can. So I find more of a pentagon to work better for me. Square's a little too tight. Okay, before we get too dizzy, come on back to your chair. All right, nice job. So that was a little bit of what's known as dynamic balance, just how we move in space. If you want to work more on dynamic balance, which involves more walking around and interacting with your environment, the Wednesday 2 o'clock class is ideal for that. That's where we have basically an obstacle course, so stuff to interact with. And that's really, really good for challenging that. This class is a little harder to get dynamic balance because we're kind of constricted to our chairs and such. But Wednesday 2 o'clock. Good for that. All right, so let's move on. We're going to work now on some static type balance and perturbation of reaction to our movement. So we're going to get in a split stance, get into as narrow of a split stance as you can without hanging onto the chair perpetually, okay? It's nice and narrow. Very good. And we're going to do our twist. Nice, easy twist. Keep the eyes focused forward. The eyes help keep you stable. They give you like an anchor. And just so you can kind of see how important the eyes are, let's go ahead and let the head turn with the body. Is that harder or easier? Should be a little bit harder, yeah. Okay, keep the eyes forward again, kind of gain your balance. And then we're going to reach with both hands to one side and the other side. This is where we are less balanced in this kind of a stance. So we're bringing more of our mass to one side and then the other. That's causing our center of mass to shift. And because we have less stability here, we have to really work to keep our balance. And you'll notice that if I really try to reach, my hips tend to go the opposite way because my body, just subconsciously doesn't want to lose balance. If my hips don't do that, it's easy to tip over. Okay, relax, switching legs. Bring the other leg in front. Just as narrow as you feel comfortable. Make sure you're still near your chair for balance. And keep your eyes focused forward and just do a nice little twist. Looking straight ahead. Okay, and then we're going to let the head turn with this twist. Be careful, this is very easy to lose your balance, so be mindful of where your chair is. Okay, keep the eyes forward again, and we're reaching to the side. Okay, and relax. Standing in a normal position. Very good. Roll out the shoulders, nice and loose. And last but not least, let's finish up with a little static balance, single leg stand. So for the single leg stand, obviously the most narrow type of stance. So start hanging onto the chair, but try to give yourself some time of not hanging on, okay? Even if it's just a couple seconds or a second. that'll help you just learn to train, that your balance over your leg. And again, use those eyes. Focus straight ahead on a stationary target. Also, the leg that you're standing on, don't let it hyperextend. Make sure, it's a little soft. The knee is a very slight bend, but not tightened completely. Keep the toes of the foot that we're standing on spread out wide. Breathing low. And relax. Very good. Other leg. And you probably feel those muscles tighten a little bit. There is a strengthening effect when you do that, as well as you're putting weight on the bones. And actually, there's a improvement in bone density when you do this regularly. So, all right. So other leg now. Remember to use those eyes, looking straight ahead. Keep those toes spread out wide. I know probably most of us got to hang on at least part of the time. That's perfectly fine. If you do hang on, try to use 1 or 2 fingers instead of your whole hand. Try not to have a death grip on the chair. Ideally, just use the chair to tap, to help kind of reinforce balance if you need to. Try to give yourself at least a few seconds at a time of standing without hanging on. Keeping that knee soft, don't let it hyperextend. Breathing nice and low. And relax. Okay, kind of shake out those hips. I know holding that long and those muscles kind of tighten up, and then they like to stay gripped. It's a gripped muscle, like a muscle that's contracting, stays contracted. Muscles, they have to equally learn to relax as learn to flex, right? So just let them relax, just a light little shake, and we'll go into some stretching. Standing behind your chair, let's get our calf stretch. Bring one leg back. Press that heel into the ground. Lifting forward. Relax, switching legs. And relax. Very good. Sit down in the chair. We'll give our knee a little hug. Sitting up tall. Gently bringing the knee up toward the chest. You could hug the knee either in front like this, or you could hug underneath the knee, whatever is more comfortable for you, particularly for the knee. Relaxing your shoulders, stay up tall. This stretch is largely to reduce some of the stress on the lower back. Sometimes when we stand in place for a long time, the lower back gets a little bit sore due to how the muscles and the hips are contracting. And so this actually tends to release a lot of that tension. All right, switching legs. This can also be done, as I've said before, lying on your back, like in bed. And as you're bringing that leg up toward the chest, this is a good one to really focus on breathing low, expanding into the lower abdomen, pressing against the thigh if you can. All right, very good. Let's get our piriformis really quick. Just cross over, pressing that knee down. All right, switching legs. crossing over. Good. Bring one leg out nice and straight. Sitting near the edge of the chair. Pull the toes back and we'll get the hamstring. So hinging forward, keeping the back straight. You could even use one hand or both hands if you like to be mindful of how the pelvis is sitting, that it is the pelvis that is rocking forward as we lean and that the lower back stays straight. And then just support yourself in that position. Last 15 seconds, if you'd like to reach for the toes, go ahead. And you're just reaching. Don't worry if you can't touch them, that's perfectly fine. And relax, very good. Switching legs. So again, just make sure that you're hinging from the pelvis, keeping that back straight. So you feel nice stretch behind your leg, and then you can support yourself. Toes pointed up. We always hold this for a full minute to give ourselves enough time for those muscles to relax, to let go of the stretch response. Because any muscle, when you stretch it initially, it actually tightens. It does the opposite of what you're trying to do. And that's why, especially hamstrings are so sensitive. They feel so tight because as soon as you try to stretch them, they just scrunch up even more. And the last 15 seconds, if you'd like to reach for the toes, go ahead. Inhale, come on back up, very good. You may either remain seated or stand up for the last few upper body stretches. I'll stand, but feel free to stay seated. We're going to do the first one, we're going to do a lower back stretch. So just bringing one hand low and bring the back of the hand up the spine as high as you can, keeping the body upright. And relax, shake it out. Other side.
She puts her hand up so high, I can't do that at all.
Yeah, well, it has a lot to do with your shoulder flexibility. There's tight muscles in the front. But you know, the more you practice, that's why we do this, the more you practice it, those muscles will loosen up. The muscles in your shoulders and arms are small. So as long as you don't injure it in the process of stretching, they'll get flexible pretty quick. Just as a daily exercise, daily practice. Bring your elbows and hands together. Open out to the sides, open wide. If this feels tight or is challenging, this is also a nice one to do at a door frame. You can kind of lean place your forearms on either side of the door frame and lean into it. You could also do one arm at a time at the edge of a wall or door frame. Oh, yep. See you. Thanks for coming. And relax. Bring your hands together. Nice prayer stretch for the wrist. Wide. Bring your hands out in front and open palms up. Stay nice and tall. Relax, and we'll close. Take a nice breath in and slowly out.